Hello everyone, welcome back to Pixel Village and I am Radha Krishnan. Well, I've been doing cinematography, not though on a regular basis, right from 1992. Well, I've worked with the earlier Aries, the 435s, the 535s, and when it started to shift towards digital, I used to work with the Panasonic VIILAGE. Well, but though my main focus was still photography, I used to really like and enjoy every opportunity that I get or I used to get to work in motion picture. During that time, I never used to miss an opportunity to talk to these amazing senior cinematographers, and I go sit beside them and listen to their stories. And well, more often than not, it used to have a conversation about the optics that they used to like. And without realizing, I also started developing a special liking towards optics, and I used to give special attention to it. I used to work with the Super 35s, the anamorphics, and like I said, when I shifted to digital, with VariCam, we used to use an adapter and use the ARRI primes. And that love for cinema lenses continued even when I became a hybrid videographer. Because my prime profession was still photography, but I never used to miss an opportunity where I had this chance to work on the video of that project as well. Even though we had a battery of lenses and hybrid cameras, DSLRs in those days, I wanted to actually work with cinema lenses, and we acquired our first cinema lens way back in 2012, 2013. And I made sure that whenever I shoot video using my DSLRs, it was, if I remember right, it was the D810 and the 800, I used to use the cinema lens only, and I could actually see the difference. Subsequently, mirrorless happened, and over a period of time, the emphasis from still shifted towards movie or motion using hybrid cameras. And as they progressed that life, the professionals realized that their still photography lenses are probably not exactly what they should have when they shoot video with it. And then, of course, well, there was a requirement, and more manufacturers started introducing cinema lenses for hybrid camera users. But cost was one of the biggest barrier for a hybrid shooter in acquiring a cinema lens for his profession. There were cost-effective cinema lenses available, but there were major compromises in quality. But not any longer. Well, NiSi, a famous optics company, introduced their extremely popular, well, it's actually getting very popular, Athena Cine lenses. And we have them here today just for you. Let me first show them to you. The first one is the 14mm, the 25mm, the 35mm, the 50mm, and the 85mm. Amazing set of lenses. Well, this is just 5. They also have announced and introduced an 18mm, a 40mm, and also a 135mm. We don't have them today, but we have these 5 amazing lenses with us. What we're going to do is going to kind of talk to you about the advantages of using a cinema lenses. In this case, the NiSi Athena lenses for hybrid filmmaking. Why hybrid filmmaking? In fact, I have seen a lot of serious cinema makers who are using the ARRIs and the Reds using these lenses. But what we have today is a Sony FX3, one of the most popular cinema camera from Sony's cinema line series. Well, we have to thank Primes and Zooms in Pune for giving it to us for this demonstration today. In fact, Primes and Zooms is our go-to place whenever we need anything cinema or photo. Well, you too can, because they are one of the finest rental houses. Currently, they are located in Pune and in Mumbai as well. Why do you need a cinema lens to do digital filming when you have such an amazing range of still photography, extremely fast autofocus lenses available from the manufacturer? Well, the reasons are many. Okay, while the only reason why you should stay with, let's say, a still photography lens is the fact that they are cheaper, they are more accessible, they are available in many price points. Everything else about a still photography camera is what you don't require for filming. But instead of explaining why you should not be using a still photography lens for cinema, I would rather spend that time explaining why this is needed for cinema. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, the FX3, as you know, is a full frame camera. So is the NiSi lenses. All of them cover the full frame and more. They have an image circle of 46 mm, which is big enough to cover, let's say, a Red Raptor 8K, an Arri LF, and why? GFX, in fact, has one of the biggest lenses, even bigger than the LF. So that's one big advantage. Well, barring the 14 mm, none of them causes a vignetting. 14 mm too, a very little vignetting when you use it in full open. Other than that, absolutely no vignetting, which is very big. In fact, well, the cinema guys are pretty severe when it comes to, rating a lens. They don't really trust or believe in fixing things in post or doing some kind of profile corrections, etc., which still photographers are really used to. So if there is a vignetting, if there is a problem in, let's say, in distortion, well, put in the lens profile and it's get corrected. The cinematographers don't really believe in that kind of workflow. The NiSi Athena is available in PL mount, in RF mount, L mount, G mount for the GFX cameras, and the most popular E mount, which is what we're going to be using today. And the advantage with the E mount is that it comes with a proprietary drop-in rear filter, feature. So it also comes without it as well. So the lens will be a little lighter, one with the rear drop-in filter feature. For PL mount too, this feature is available, but as an additional add-on rear filter adapter. Now, before I go further into explaining the technical details of the NiSi Athena, let me talk about the build quality, which really attracted me. It's made of metal, aluminum alloy, and it's got a build to last like a pattern tank feel, very precision made kind of a device. Anyone who likes automobiles, watches, if you're an audiophile, you will realize what I'm talking about. The touch and the feel of this product is just outstanding. The design, the very bright fluorescent green markings, well, you can actually see it in darkness, which is, I say, it's a definite advantage. The lens barrel has a 300-degree, very smooth operation. It's not very torquey though, but it's got a nice geared feel. Stepless aperture ring. It is nicely geared. It's a little torquey. Otherwise, it's very nice. 80 mm front, but every lens, including the 14 mm, has a lens thread, a filter thread of 77 mm. So you can throw in a circular polarizer or any variable ND filter, and continue using it if you don't want to use the rear drop-in filter, or if you're using a version without this feature. Now, when it comes to serious video production, micro contrast of your image is something which a cinematographer gives a lot of attention to, which is very different from contrast. So a lot of people work on micro contrast in post by, let's say, adding clarity or by adding a little bit of unsharp mask. Anything that you do in post, basically, there is a chance for it to start looking a little unreal, and you can immediately figure that out. But NiSi has worked on micro contrast at the lens level itself. They claim that, in fact, I've shot it and I've seen it. They add the micro contrast in a very organic fashion so that there is no unnatural feel. It's even across the lenses, and throughout the production you will have a similar micro contrast feel, contrary to attempting anything in post will not be like uniform. A wide shot will require a certain amount of micro contrast in post in comparison to, let's say, a close-up shot. A brightly lit will require less micro contrast in comparison to, let's say, a dimly lit one, a low light shot. So adding this in post not only become really laborious, but also can become a little kind of unreal, unnatural. Adding it at the shoot level itself is the finest way to, or the most organic way to go. And of course, NiSi guarantees that the color reproduction on color, contrast, the overall image rendition, they guarantee the same throughout the series of 8 lenses. Now, these set of matched lenses also have one more advantage. They all weigh exactly the same. For example, the one without the rear drop-in filter feature is about 790, 192, 93, 94 kind of region, all lenses. The advantage is obvious. You can use them on a gimbal without having to rebalance your gimbal, which is a big time saver in run and gun kind of situations where you have to quickly change the lenses. Now, not only the weight, the height of the lens, okay, the diameter, I told you, everything is exactly the same. And these lenses are extremely fast too. At T1.9, I can't really think of any other lenses, a series of lenses where all lenses offer the same maximum openable aperture. This one has T1.9, and that I am sure is something which a serious cinematographer is definitely going to enjoy. There are a few more positive attributes that a cinematographer looks for in his or her lens. Is one of the prime one is chromatic aberration. Lower the better. They will definitely want minimum or no chromatic aberration, and NiSi promises ultra low chromatic aberration in their Athena series of lenses. And the next attribute will have to be breathing. Well, meaning no breathing. Breathing is a kind of a phenomena where when you shift focus from, let's say, point A to point B, the image undergoes a magnification. Now, that's a big no-no when it comes to a serious movie. It's completely okay when you're making movies for mobile phone or a television consumption, but for large screen, any image enlargement will kind of start irritating the eyes. So, serious cinematographers pay that premium to get a lens with no breathing. The wide open apertures of the NiSi Athena Cine lenses produces amazing bokeh too. Now, I told you about the proprietary rear drop-in filter. There are different types of NDs and PROMIS available to be used, and of course NiSi is an optics company, so they're going to keep adding more to that list of drop-in filters. Now, NiSi also offer a diopter, a close-up lens, same 77 mm. You add this in the front and you can actually improve or minimize the close focusing distance to a great extent. This is not exactly a micro lens, but you can go really close. It's an additional purchase and it's very handy. Works with all lenses and it reduces the minimum focusing distance. We also will be using the NiSi's C5, the clip-on matte box. It's a very clever device. This one is a little used one. It goes very comfortably. It's lightweight. It also takes your rectangular filters. NiSi also makes some amazing filters as well in various 4x4s and 4x5-6 sizes, professional series, filters. And it becomes really handy. So this doesn't really require a rail system. This is a clip-on matte box, goes right in front of those lenses with the help of reduction adapters. So that's an amazing thing. So we will be also using this in our shoot. The most interesting feature of the NiSi Athena is its price. It's so well priced, it's so affordable that I doubt if there is any other lens which has all these qualities at this kind of a price point. A serious cinema maker, a cameraman can really afford to buy one. Well, because the prices are so low, rentals are also very affordable. So you know where to go to, Primes and Zooms in Mumbai and Pune. I hope you like the way we explained the features of the NiSi Athena and also the way we showed or demonstrated these features. If you have liked, please let us know. Also, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon in another video.